Hello students, I'm Dr. Harpreet Singh from the Department of Business Management, Guru Nanak Dev University's regional campus at Gurdaspur. Management is commonly defined as getting work done through others. This definition simply explains the role of people in the organization. This definition says that the work will be done only when people are there to perform the given task. Hence, people are crucial in the process of management. But it is also true that success of every organization depends upon its managerial efficiency and effectiveness. A well-managed organization can survive and flourish during the most difficult times, and a badly managed organization can go bankrupt even when the economy is in a favorable situation. Though success or failure of a business depends upon a number of factors such as general state of economy, type of management, it is majorly the ability or inability which determines the success or failure of the organization. The proficient and skilled management contributes to the success of the organization to a great extent. A manager is the person who practices the art of management in the organization. Therefore, in this module, we will discuss the major function, roles, and skills of managers. Managerial functions. What are the major functions of a manager? This question was very beautifully addressed by Henry Fayol. According to Fayol, a manager performs four major functions using human and non-human resources in order to achieve the predetermined goals. These functions are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. The job of a manager is highly challenging and demanding. Manager is expected to perform beyond his role profile. A manager is supposed to take all important decisions, taking into consideration all legislations made by central and state governments, available funds, expectations of trade unions, and above all, the feelings of customers and general public. Managerial functions. In order to perform well, a manager has to keep record of everything which is happening in the environment around. Besides their own responsibilities, managers also have to participate in national and international seminars and conferences so as to stay in touch with the new ideas and developments taking place in the world. Briefly, the managerial functions are explained as follows. Planning. Planning is considered as the first function of management. Planning indicates the future direction of the organization as well as rest of the functions, that is organizing, leading, and controlling of management. Planning is the process of identifying organizational goals and objectives. It is also concerned with deciding what activities an organization needs to undertake in order to achieve the goals. Planning involves choosing future course of action from the available alternatives. Organizing. Designing the organization function is also the duty of managers. Organizing requires a formal structure of authority and responsibility with the help of which work is divided into activities and linkages to coordinate the work. In this step, managers actually determine the way a plan will be executed, how the work should be done, to whom the task should be assigned, how much time should be appropriate to completing the particular task, and who will be the leader. Organizing. How the task members should be grouped together. And lastly, the function of organizing is primarily concerned with number of tasks to be performed and grouping the related tasks into a particular group. Besides this, organizing also focuses on assigning the tasks to the employees while defining their authorities and responsibilities. A strong positive motivation will always facilitate an employee to improve his abilities, performance, and output, whereas a negative motivation will lead to decreased levels of performance. Therefore, in order to optimally utilize human resources of the organization and to retain the same in an organization, management should make all possible efforts to motivate its employees. Controlling. Controlling is majorly concerned with measuring the performance of subordinates and taking corrective actions. Controlling is the most important function of the management as it confirms that events are occurring as per the plans. It involves measuring performance against the goals, identifying the areas of deviation from the standards, and taking corrective actions to rectify the deviations. In short, objective of controlling is to assure the accomplishment of plans. Managerial roles. In the present scenario, management has become a complex function. The major reason behind this is that the social, economic, political, and technological factors of the environment are changing very rapidly. In addition to this, many other factors, such as increasing the size of the business units, globalization, tough competition, pressure to increase the productivity, and expansion of other facilities, are also presenting huge numbers of problems. In light of such a scenario, the role of management is to coordinate all the factors of production efficiently. Henry Mintzberg, a graduate student in MIT, suggested that a manager performs 10 different types of roles. These roles can be grouped into three categories: interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decisional roles. These roles are explained as below. Interpersonal roles. Mintzberg found that all the managers spend a considerable amount of time in interacting with the people inside and outside the organization. Such people include employees, top executives, customers, suppliers, financiers, government officers, and union officials. Interaction with all such people require an understanding of interpersonal skills and interpersonal behavior. It is very it's a very important skill which every manager should have in order to handle employees in a better way. This skill helps them to coordinate, communicate, interact, provide right information to their subordinates, and direct them according to their work profiles. While having interpersonal interactions, a manager performs three major roles. The figurehead role. Managers act as symbolic figurehead in order to perform social or legal obligations. All the ceremonial and symbolic activities are performed by managers for the betterment of the organization. Being a symbolic head, manager has to perform a number of duties such as greeting the visitors, taking important customers to high profile lunches, signing legal documents, giving speeches at schools and other public places, etc. The strategic and future planning of organization is also done by the figurehead. Leadership role. The duty of manager is to attain best performance and output by using leadership quality. A manager is responsible for all the activities of the subordinates. He must lead and coordinate all activities of the subordinates. A manager should direct his subordinates regarding their goals. Besides this, he should motivate them to excel in their performance related to the goals. Liaison. This role tells about how managers build a relationship within a group and outside the group. It is the development of relationships which helps in gathering correct information from inside as well as outside the organization. A manager has to build an external network in order to assess the external environment. He builds his own external information system by attending outside meetings, seminars, conferences, and other outside trade agencies. Informational roles. In order to keep their knowledge up to date, managers collect the information from inside as well as outside the organizations. Apart from the internal resources of organizations, they also assess various external resources such as newspapers, magazines, competitors' strategic manuals to gather relative information. To be effective, managers utilize maximum of their time in gathering information. This helps them to use adequate information to survive in cutting-edge competition. In the capacity of an information processor, a manager executes three roles. Monitor. Managers constantly scan the external environment in order to search the information regarding their organization as well as the factors affecting it. This can be done by reading reports, magazines, newspapers, and periodicals. Managers supervise and analyze information which they have gathered from inside and outside the organization. This information helps managers to handle as well as organize people and resources in a systematic way. Disseminator. To transfer the knowledge among employees, managers are acting as disseminators also. This effective knowledge influences the attitude and productive behavior of employees towards their work. That's why this role of managers is considered as a very crucial one. Spokesperson. When managers represent their organization in the public and amongst the stakeholders, they act as spokespersons. A manager has to act as a spokesperson and provide relevant information regarding his or her organization to the stakeholders and customers on behalf of the organization. Decisional roles. The managers play a vital role in decision making in their departments. They have strong decision making abilities which help them to make strategies for attaining the goals of organization. It is the duty of managers to decide about the appropriate strategy as well as whom to be included in the task according to the nature of the project in hand. Manager takes a good care to ensure proper utilization of available resources. Decisional roles are categorized as under. Entrepreneur. As entrepreneurs, managers are constantly involved in improving the performance of their units and facing dynamic technological changes. They continuously look for new ideas to make their products and services better. Acting as entrepreneur, they take decisions for the choice of projects by checking the feasibility of every individual project. They always look for ways to improve the organization performance by checking the flaws in day-to-day outcome. Disturbance handler. This is also one of the duties of managers to resolve the problems which create disturbance and make the working environment less productive. They also protect the organization from unexpected crises by taking corrective actions to resolve the troublemaking disturbances. Managers are constantly involved in resolving the differences amongst the subordinates and the management. Such differences may arise due to demands for pay rise or other benefits. A good manager always anticipates such issues and takes preventive actions. Resource allocator. Managers also perform the duty of allocating workforce, resources, and money to new projects on the basis of workers' capabilities and availability of resources and money. They try to assign the skilled employees the best resources to the project in hand so that the deadlines of the project can be met with great efficiency. A good manager establishes the priorities among various projects and makes budgetary allocations accordingly. Negotiator. Managers also play the role of a negotiator while making financial deals. They negotiate with stakeholders for the benefit of organizations. This is the art of managers which help them to make every deal fruitful. Besides the 10 roles, Mintberg also suggested 6 basic purposes of the managers or reasons why organizations actually want managers. To ensure that organization is serving basic purpose of its existence. That is, organization is producing goods and services effectively and efficiently to ensure stability in the operations of the organizations. To perform the task of strategy formulation and adapt the organization in congruence with the changes happening in the environment. To ensure that organization is taking care of interests of those people who control it. To serve as the link between the organization and its environment. To act as a formal authority to operate the organization efficiently. In addition to the above discussed functions performed by the managers, we will now discuss the typical pattern of behavior of a manager. A manager spends most of his time with other members of the organization. He discusses wide range of topics with his superiors and direct subordinates. Such discussions not only include formal issues but also informal conversations like jokes, kidding, and non-work issues are also shared. He does necessary paperwork and information exchange in the organization. He interacts with outsiders for many reasons and he motivates people and shows discipline in the organization, handles conflict if there is any, and also owns the responsibility of training and development of the staff. Managerial skills. Managers need certain skills in order to accomplish their tasks and roles successfully. Depending upon the level the managers are working at, different sorts of skills are required. Relevant skills guide them on how to work to reap maximum utilization of available resources. Some important managerial skills are discussed as follows. Conceptual skills. Managers need to be good leaders because they need to manage all human and non-human resources of office and departments. In addition to this, they also have to be conceptually sound to be able to analyze and diagnose the complex problems concerning day-to-day activities, collect and interpret relevant information, and make sound decisions that enable the organization to avoid certain as well as uncertain crises. As already discussed in the definition of management, management is about getting things done through goal setting, work planning, budgeting, organizing, and controlling. Effectiveness of a manager depends upon his or her ability to get the things done from others, creating values for the company, and his or her command over the basic tasks of management. To succeed as a manager, one needs a thorough understanding of all these parts of the business. Human skills. Human skills are also called interpersonal skills. Human skills refer to the ability of a person to work in cooperation with each other. It emerges as a spirit of trust, team, and true involvement in the interpersonal relationships. Human skills help the managers to perceive workers' emotions and attitude towards the task assigned. Human skills assist them to have high degree of self-awareness and ability to understand the feelings of people at work. Human skills also help managers to listen to the grievances or disturbances of employees patiently. Many managers lack these human skills. Due to the lack of such skills, they usually fail to fulfill their roles as managers. This happens largely because they are impatient, very aggressive, and not good listeners, though they may be technically and conceptually very sound. To be able to communicate, motivate, and delegate effectively, managers must have good human skills. Technical skills. Technical skill is one of the abilities to use your expertise related to procedures, methods, machinery, or process. Doctors, engineers, accountants, software developers, and data analysts obtain technical skills through formal education or training. Majority of the jobs today are based on technical skills. For some jobs, technical skills are gained through formal education, while for others, technical skills can be obtained through training. Managers who are expert in their area as well as have good command in technology are able to achieve their deadlines effectively because of their increased ability to manage, as well as in solving the technical problems at once. Communication skills. Communication skills are the basic skills which are required at all levels of management. Good communication skills are the key to the success of a manager. Ideas, thoughts, and views of a manager will be useless if they are not communicated properly. Good communication always improves coordination and avoids misunderstandings, distortions, and conflicts. All managerial roles discussed in the previous section of this module are based on verbal and non-verbal skills of managers. Diagnostic skills. These skills refer to the ability of a manager to analyze the problem and opportunity objectively and logically. Diagnostic skills include one's ability to use scientific methods and approaches to identify the best possible solution to the problem. Management is commonly defined as getting the work done through others. This definition simply explains the role of people in the organizations. This definition says that the work will be done only when people are there to perform their given task. A well-managed organization can survive and flourish during the most difficult times of economy, and a badly managed organization can go bankrupt even when the economy is in a favorable situation. Though success or failure of a business depends upon a number of factors such as general state of economy, type of management, it is majorly the ability or inability which determines the success or failure of the organization. A proficient and skilled management contributes to the success of the organization to a great extent. A manager is the person who practices the art of management in the organization. Therefore, in this module, we discuss the major functions, roles, and skills of managers. According to Fayol, a manager performs 4 major functions using human and non-human resources in order to achieve the predetermined goals. These functions are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. In the present scenario, management has become a complex function. The major reason behind this is that the social, economic, political, and technological factors of the environment are changing very rapidly. In addition to this, many other factors, such as increasing the size of the business units, globalization, tough competition, pressure to increase the productivity, and expansion of other facilities are also presenting a huge number of problems. In light of such a scenario, the role of management is to coordinate all the factors of production efficiently. Henry Mintzberg, a graduate student of MIT, suggested that a manager perform 10 different types of roles. These roles are grouped into three categories: interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decision roles. Beside this, managers need certain skills in order to accomplish their tasks and roles successfully. Depending upon the level the managers are working at, different sorts of skills are required. Relevant skills guide them to guide them in how to work to reap maximum benefits of available resources. Some important managerial skills are conceptual skills, human skills, technical skills, diagnostic skills, and communication skills. Thank you.